So welcome back class 8th students in our chemistry class, and we are in our third chapter, the same chapter which we are dealing, and the lecture number is 9. So we have left one or two topics more left. The first one is that we have to deal with the separation of liquid mixture when they are immiscible, means immiscible liquid. So that we will study through separating funnel. And dear students, I would like to tell you that in the notes I have given you that in immiscible liquid mixture, but then through blast furnace, the molten slag. So that is a very common one. So I am not going to discuss it. I will be discussing only the separating funnel, and it's also not given in your book. So you must have studied in 7th class through separating the immiscible liquid through blast furnace, the slag, the impurities and the iron ores. Through it it is separated. So first of all, let us start this separating funnel. What is the concept in the separating funnel? Which property is taken into account to separate? So first of all, immiscible liquid mixture, I would like to give you an example. Suppose we have liquid, any water and oil, two liquids. Now oil and water are not separable, all of you know. When you put oil and water, they form different layers. We can see that this is the layer of water and this is the layer of oil. So what happens? The property of density comes to play its role. The density as a property is taken into account. So that property is taken into account for the separation. The denser, the heavier liquid will form the lower layer, and the lighter liquid or the less denser will form the upper layer. So two liquids are there, so there will be two layers. Again I am saying, the denser, whose density is more, the denser liquid will take the lower level, and the lighter liquid, which is less dense, it will take the upper layer. So then it is we mix the mixture, and we have a separating funnel. We pour the mixture on the separating funnel, over the separating funnel, then we leave it, allow it to stand for some hours so that the liquid settles down, so that both the phases can be seen clearly, the denser one and the lighter one. Then we have such arrangement that there is a cork at the bottom. You will see in the diagram there is a cork in the bottom. We open it very gently. When the two layers have been formed, we open the and we place a beaker in it, and by trickle, drop by drop, we separate it without disturbing the mixture. So we separate it, and then slowly we separate it, and when we see through our naked eyes that yes, the whole mixture whose density is more, the denser liquid has, so we immediately close it. Then we bring another beaker or another vessel, and then again we open the cork and we collect the lighter liquid. So this way we can collect the immiscible liquids. Now I would like to show you the diagram that will enable you to clear and have the concept more in a clear manner. Now before you, it's given in a book also, we have the diagram of the separating funnel. We have apparatus, then we close the opening, through it we pour the mixture. Here before you we have taken kerosene oil and water. Now kerosene oil, we allow it we leave it for some time so that it forms its layers. So here we have the kerosene oil and the water. The water being heavier, it settles down and it forms this layer. It is here. And the kerosene oil being lighter, it is at the upper end. Now we have a cork here, and we have placed. So what we do, we collect it very gently without disturbing this whole mixture. Otherwise, it will be mixed and we will not get the desired result. So slowly by dropping, and as soon it will come down, the level will go down, and as soon we come to this level, we will close it, and we will take in, we will put another beaker or another vessel, and we will then collect this lighter liquid. So this way, dear students, we collect the both of the liquids in the immiscible liquid. Now we have completed our chapter. There is one more topic left, and as I told you that the blast furnace, you can go through it and you can understand by yourself. In the 7th class also you have studied about it. I have given the diagram, and if you don't wish to make the diagram of that blast furnace, you can leave it, there is no problem in it, and if you wish to draw, it's your decision. There is no foundation from my side. But whatever the diagrams are related from our chapter, whatever the topics they are from our chapter, that diagram is to be made. That is compulsory, because that will enable you to understand, learn and revise, and a sort of revision will be there. So many things. I think you are that much intelligent to know what is the benefit. Now, dear students, we have one topic left, that is chromatography. So I think chromatography is a very typical, I think, topic, and it has a vast application, and it is a method to separate the mixtures, basically dyes, chemicals, which cannot be separated by ordinary means. The chemicals, so the colors, the components of the color, the components of the dye, the components of the chemicals. So what property is taken into account? In it we have mixture, then we take the property of into account adsorption. There is one word that is known as adsorption. Adsorption means absorbing, AD, it's written AD. Adsorption means absorption, absorbing any substance on the surface is known as adsorption. Suppose if you dip any paper in a water, you will see water will travel. So what the substance of the paper is adsorbing the water molecules on its surface. So this is adsorption. The water level will rise. So this property is taken into account. Then we have a solvent medium. So the solvent medium is helpful. Why the solvent medium is taken? It helps in the property of adsorption. So different substances or different chemicals which are present in the mixture, liquid mixture, they have different rates of dissolution, or they have different rates of traveling through the medium. So account of that, the first chemical will travel fast, the second slow, then slow, and account of that they are separated. And how they are separated, we have to study 4. So in detail I will be going in the next session on Saturday. I will be telling you about what is basically chromatography and types of chromatography, because it is there given in a book. Today only I will tell you about the basic definition of chromatography. Now we have chromatography. The definition of chromatography is the separation of a liquid mixture by passing it through a material through which some parts of mixture travels further than others. This is one definition to make you understand. Means सेपरेशन ऑफ मिक्सचर कैसे कर रहे हैं कि उसको पास कर रहे हैं कुछ ऐसे मटेरियल से, तो उस मटेरियल की प्रॉपर्टी ये रहती है कि जो मिक्सचर में अंदर मिले हुए हैं उनमें एक रेस होगी, कि मैं पहले जाऊंगा, तो वो मटेरियल जो तो एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है, तो पहले जिसको एब्जॉर्ब कर लेगा वो पहले सेपरेट हो जाएगा, उसके बाद जो एब्जॉर्ब करेगा उसके बाद, तो ये मटेरियल की प्रॉपर्टी होती है, वही मैं बता रहा था एब्जॉर्प्शन। तो एक तो वो हो गया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल पेपर क्रोमेटोग्राफी, वी हैव 4 टाइप्स ऑफ क्रोमेटोग्राफी गिवन यू एंड इट्स अ वेरी वास्ट टॉपिक, so many types of chromatography are there depending on the chemicals which is to be separated, or depending on the mixture which is to be separated. Now when we use the filter paper at the adsorbent, so that is paper chromatography. तो इसी तरीके से है, we will study now separating out a mixture. एक और definition है, separating out a mixture of chemicals which are in gas or liquid form. जरूरी नहीं कि liquid form में, gas form में भी हो सकते हैं, gaseous mixture user, by letting them creep slowly past another substance which is typically a liquid or solid. Again, so there is a rate, there is a race for adsorption. तो उन केमिकल जो मिक्सचर जो उसमें जो कंपोनेंट्स हैं उनके बीच में ये रेस होती है, ये क्लियर कर लेना. सो वी हैव एन एडसॉर्बेंट मटेरियल एंड सॉल्वेंट इन विच द मिक्सचर इज डिसॉल्व्ड. तो एक एडसॉर्बेंट मटेरियल वहाँ पे लेते हैं और सॉल्वेंट इन विच द मिक्सचर इज डिसॉल्व्ड, ताकि वो एडसॉर्बेंट की प्रॉपर्टी को और अच्छे से शो करें. और देन वी हैव वन मोबाइल फेज एंड स्टेशनरी फेज. तो मोबाइल फेज ये सब हम लोग पढ़ेंगे और बहुत डिटेल में पढ़ाने का देयर इज नो नीड, बट यस आई विल गिव यू द इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स. I have given you the definition, go through it. So in the next turn we will be finishing this chapter. I will take this chromatography. Although I have explained you, I will try to explain you a little bit more so that there should be no confusion. I will try to give you the concept of chromatography. Basically today I have dealt with the definition, I will deal with the different types of chromatography. I will just give a glimpse of it. So that's all for today, dear students, and after that I will give you the question answer, and I hope that you have completed the first and second chapter. Those who have not completed, please complete it, because after the third chapter you will be given one assignment also, summer holiday assignment. So that also is to be done by you. So don't waste your time, complete your work very fast. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.